Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you don't already know, my name's Alexis. I have linked a welcome to my channel or I have linked a welcome to my channel up above. You can go ahead and tap on that video and get to know more about me. In this video, I did want to film what did I learn as a new YouTuber. So I'm one of those people who use YouTube as literally like YouTube University. If I need help with anything, I use YouTube as like a how-to. Sometimes when I'm really bored, I'll watch vlogs, or I don't know, sometimes I'll just watch videos of just people talking about things that interest me. I wouldn't say I'm someone who's addicted to YouTube or watches YouTube more than Netflix. I'm definitely a movie and shows person. So trying to make my own YouTube was kind of different for me, from coming from someone who doesn't just sit on YouTube all the time. So I had to learn a couple of things. So this is what I'm going to be talking about in that video. What did I learn these past couple of weeks from making my own YouTube? So the very first thing I wanted to do with my YouTube was, number one, I wanted to be self-sufficient. Whatever I was going to do for my YouTube, it was going to be done by me. And that started off with my illustration. And so I knew since the beginning, since I wanted to make this YouTube page, that I was going to illustrate myself. I didn't want to pay anyone to do it. And I'm pretty creative and artistic, so I'm sure I was going to be able to figure it out. And I actually had a friend who on Instagram drew herself, and I asked her what program she used. And she told me she used Adobe Draw on her iPad. And I have an iPad and a pencil, so I went ahead and downloaded Adobe Draw. I picked one of these pictures, and you guys see here, like, I'm really into blonde braids, or like the ombre. And so I had picked a picture with braids and ombre, and I was just like, oh wow, like my first time doing this. And I picked a really hard thing to do because, hair is kind of tricky when it comes to drawing, but when you're trying to do braids and show that they're braids, and then also it being an ombre color, I was a little scared, but I'm always someone who's up for the challenge, so I went ahead and continued on with that picture, and I actually surprised myself. So I would say, if you want to do something and it's something that you never tried or do, just go ahead and do it, because you never know if it actually is something that you're interested in. The next thing that I did for my YouTube, again with being self-sufficient, I went ahead and went from my Adobe Draw to Word, removed the background from that picture, and then I went to Canva. I don't know if you guys ever used Canva before, but I'm really big on, again, doing things myself. So when I was planning a baby shower a couple of months ago, I fell in love with Canva. I used it to make the baby shower games, the ones that are on the paper that you can give to the guests at the baby shower when there's just like a waiting period or people are eating. So I had made those games with Canva, and then I've done a couple of other things like invitations through Canva. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and make my YouTube banner through Canva. So that's exactly what I did. I also made like my first Instagram post with my Adobe Draw illustration, and then Canva, and then whole like YouTube stock photo that I found on Google. So step one would be that. Figure out what you want to do. If you do want to pay someone, that's perfectly fine too. I do have friends that did reach out to other people to use programs to make their intro or make their banner. So that's a-okay as well. Intro, again, self-sufficient. So I went on YouTube. I'm more of a how-to person. Went on YouTube, figured out how can I use Adobe to make my intro. Really, I have a sister who gave me her Adobe password, so I was able to use her Adobe. So I learned something called After Effects. So that's really how I made my introduction. It took me 6 hours. 6 hours to make that 6-second little intro that you guys are going to continue seeing. But as the time goes on, I am learning more about it. I'm getting faster and faster, which I think it's really great. And maybe I will change it going down the road when I figure out more cool things that I can do with After Effects. But for right now, I think it's pretty great as a beginner YouTuber. So I'll probably keep it for my next upcoming videos. So sticking with Adobe, there was another program on Adobe called Adobe Spark. That's what I really use for my thumbnail. I know other people who use Word, and you just screenshotting the Word document and just cropping it to fit the thumbnail. So that's another idea, an option for you as well. And then resizing it to the perfect sizing for YouTube. And then another great program with Adobe would be Premiere Pro for editing. So Premiere Pro is a very hefty program, and I did enjoy using Premiere Pro to edit, but literally, I want to say like an hour into me editing my first video, my computer crashed. So Premiere Pro is not something for a computer with that not that much RAM. So if you have like the most basic computer, I'm not going to suggest that you download Premiere Pro. Like I said, it's a very big program. Um, so the editing that I did decide on was iMovie. iMovie is free for us Apple users. I'm not sure about Android, but I do know for sure that it does come with your MacBook and on your phone. So iMovie is much more simpler than Adobe. I'll say that off rip, but that doesn't mean it's not a really great program as well. I've learned to do in these past coming weeks. I've learned to do a lot of cool things with iMovie, and it doesn't crash my computer, so that's always a plus. When it comes to finding music for your YouTube, I use YouTube Audio Library. It's just a library of songs that you are free to use with no copyright claims. So if you are interested in making money off your YouTube down the road, I would suggest you using YouTube Audio Library. It's a free website that you can go ahead and download things, like I said, with no copyright claim. The only thing with YouTube Audio Library, it takes you a minute to find some really good music. I don't know. It's just weird, like using the genre and the different like searches that they give you. So it kind of took me a minute to use YouTube Audio Library, but it is very helpful in finding those little just background music for your videos or for your introduction, concluding video, etc. I'm recording. I am actually using my iPhone. An iPhone has a really great camera. Now, there's two different cameras on iPhone. That would be the front camera and the back camera. So the front camera, I would say, gives you a view like really up close. So in the beginning, when I was recording, if you can see my last, few videos, I was recording with my front camera, and it kind of cut me off like up here. And people were telling me that I look like a floating head, and maybe that I should use my back camera. So another day I went to go record. I was using my back camera, and I think I spent like a good 30 minutes recording. And when it comes for me, like when I'm recording, I don't just record straight on like a long video. Like it's not going to be a 30-minute video, just one video of me recording. I like to do start and stop. So I may record like a minute and then I'll stop, then record the next 2 minutes and then stop. Like that's just how I record. So I'm recording with the back camera now because it does give you really great sound quality. So I'm recording with my back camera, and I'm thinking that I am recording. Come to find out that I was recording all of my breaks in the video. So I only got like 2 minutes of my actual video recording of me talking. And I was just like, crap, like, I don't want to go through this again where I'm using my front camera and I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to set up my phone on my ring light. And again, I talked to my friends a lot about my YouTube, and they suggested that I put a mirror behind my ring light. That way I can make sure that I am pressing that record button when using my back camera. And then also using your back camera, it gives you a wider angle view. So that way that you can bring your ring light further back on that tripod, and you can get more of a view of your body and not just, again, floating head. Okay, another thing I've learned is promoting. So I promote on my Instagram, on my Twitter, and not really on my Facebook because not really people are looking at my Facebook, but I'll insert certain videos into different groups on Facebook that it actually may align with. But on Instagram, make sure you're using hashtags if you are going to promote within your post. So my last one was like dentistry. I was very careful to put hashtags. And if you are on a business profile, you can see who is watching, who is viewing your post, and where they're viewing your post from. So I was able to successfully get most of my viewings from my hashtag source, which was really my main goal because I know I don't have that many pre-dentals on my Instagram. And I really wanted to be able to reach them so they can, again, head over to my YouTube and see it. I'm still trying to work out the kinks of how to get it so people are actually finding my video through the search. But again, as a new YouTuber, I just want to share things that I've learned, and I'm really open to learning more things. So if you have any other advice for me, please put it in the comments because I would love to hear what have worked for you guys and what hasn't worked for y'all. I will love to say that don't be afraid to take criticism from people. Don't be so weary on listening to what people have to say about your YouTube or giving you advice. Everyone is coming from a good place. Like if it's a friend, just know that they're coming from a good place and they want to see you succeed. So please listen to what they have to say. It will only make your videos better. And so that's something that I've been learning to do, because if you know me, I really just like to listen to myself. I don't know. I wasn't so open at first, but I'm very open now. The advice that I have been getting, I've been actually fixing in each video. So you can really see the progression as my videos go on of what I've been learning and how I've been taking such criticism or, new things that I've been learning through people and other people's videos as well. If you are taking a video with your phone in selfie mode, don't look at yourself. This is something that I learned from my friend Robin Olivia. She does have a YouTube page. I'm actually going to link her below, but she does have a video where she said this, and I learned from her that, oh crap, maybe I am looking at myself, because I kind of was looking like, I don't know, it's kind of like sitting like this in my first couple of videos. I wasn't really engaging with you guys. And so after she's given me that advice, or actually after I've watched her video, I was like, okay, well, let me, take that advice and bring it into my next videos. So make sure you're looking at the actual camera lens and not yourself when you are recording. Okay, lastly, there are a lot of people on YouTube. At the end of the day, no one is going to be you. So be you, be versatile, be different. And my greatest piece of advice is have patience. You're not going to be a YouTube star in one day. It does not work that way. I wish it did, but it doesn't. I'm not really trying to be a YouTube star. I'm just trying to really reach out to people who might have been in a position that I have been, especially when it came to, dental school and dental school admissions. So that was like my main reason for making a YouTube page. And then also just sharing like my whole styling tips and stuff through my fashion. And so that's really just it. But my best advice for you guys, if you are starting a YouTube page, or if you want to, or if you are kind of hesitant to do so, this is my push of telling you to do that. I'm learning so much about myself from making this YouTube page. I'm actually a pretty shy person when it comes to speaking and public speaking, although I was a tutor. And I did tutor in front of like 30, 60 people at some points in time. Public speaking was always something that I was kind of nervous about. Although I'm not talking to a crowd, talking to my phone still is a little weird to me. And I feel like I am just letting myself go and putting myself out there. And I'm actually pretty happy that I was able to start this YouTube page. And I just wanted to be able to spread my knowledge and the things that I've been learning as I've been going through this process with you. And I really hope you found this video enjoyable and helpful and useful. And if you have, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and leave any comments or concerns down below. Thank you for watching, and talk to you guys in my next video.